Hi, welcome to online digital marketing training. In this video, I'm explaining about Google Analytics. So for your website, how to set up Google Analytics, where to find the tracking code, how to paste it, and what is the difference between Universal Analytics and Google Analytics. Practically, I'm going to show you. Okay. So for that, I'm going to select ODMT website only. Previously, I was tracking, but I just removed the, I'm going to do with the new analytics account. I'm going to show you. As of now I'm not tracking with this. So this is your new website, I assume, and you want to track analytics like this. Then what you have to do? So go to Google Analytics, like analytics.google.com. If you're doing for the first time, it will ask you your website details because already have many accounts. It's landed here. But when you're doing for the first time, it might look like this. I'm going to show you how it look like. It look like this directly. So it is asking what is your account. Let me tell you again. So here there are things called account will be there, then property will be there. Property is nothing but either website or app. Previously they used to call website. Now app also there. That's why they named it as a property. Now with one Gmail account, you can create an account. In that account, properties also you can create it. Let me check how many. Previously, it was 50 websites or apps you can track with one single account. Again, with one Gmail account, you can create 100 accounts, and each single account 50 websites you can track. Means overall 5,000 websites or apps are both together. You can track with one Gmail account. Okay, so account can be, for example, like client 1, client 2, in such a way. Again, in the client 1, website 1, website 2, app 1, like this. This is how you can track it. Nobody have this kind of things anyway. Once you have an agency, you will face this kind of thing. But normal individual website you have, generally one account, one or two properties you will be having. Mostly one account, one property people have because they have only one business. Now, account details, I'm mentioning my websites. This is the account name I'm creating. My website, next account, my client website, my US clients, like this. Check all of them and see here, it's clearly mentioning you have access to 79 accounts. The maximum is 100. Means already 21 I have used already. So total accounts you can create is 100. Next. So what is the time zone? Property name, it's asking. What is your property name? Property name. Right. It's just name. My website. ODMT. Because so many accounts I named with ODMT, that's why I'm going with them a different way. Then time zone. Currency. Here, if you click on next, it's okay, but click on show advanced options here. Around 1 year back, we used to have universal analytics or UA. This was the actual one. Now they come up with a new one called Google Analytics 4. The console is different now. They come up with a new options with a different look they started. But people who are habituated to universal analytics, they can't adapt to this. Still, it's in a beta version. So many options are coming actually. Even I love this, but we have to habituate this in the future. Maybe they remove this in the future. But as of now, both are working. My suggestion is for one website, you can continue both of them. If you don't click on this advanced option, by default, you will be going to Google Analytics 4. So if you want that, click on this. Now see here, create a universal analytics property. If you check it, now you will be creating that also. If not, no. See, the universal analytics property is a part of an earlier version of Google Analytics and only supports web measurement. It is not recommended for new analytics users and it will not support app measurement. Turn this on if you'd like to create a universal analytics property. When you select it, it is asking the website URL. Now, see here, there is a message, create both the Google Analytics 4 and Universal Analytics property. It means we're creating both. I don't want Analytics 4, then you can create only. Create a Universal Analytics property only. Then you're not creating GA1. But my suggestion is create both of them. Okay, now I'm creating for one domain, Analytics UA and GA4 also I'm creating. Done. So first I've been to Google Analytics. I mentioned account name, few details I've entered. I'm clicking on the next option. Now these are the formalities, that's it. What is your industry category? Mine is the education one. What is your business size? And why you are using analytics to increase my conversion, measure lead generation. Create. Now terms and condition you have to accept. Just accept them. Nobody read this, but try to read them. You'll understand how they are utilizing your data. Done. Now with the new GA4, what you're tracking is, these are all you're tracking. A page view you're tracking. Someone scrolls, how many people scrolled. Someone clicked on the link which is going to other website, outbound clicks. Someone searched on your website. There is a video, it's been played. Or someone download a file. These all things it is tracking. Then there is a code actually. This code you have to paste. When it comes to code, you can do it in two ways. One is with a global site tag or another is a Google Tag Manager. Tag Manager we're not discussing here. We're going with a global site tag. So this is the code you have to paste in a head section. That's it. Copy this and come back to your website. You have to paste in every page. Instead of pasting in every page, go to Appearance, Theme Editor. So here header and footer will be there. Go to header. People paste in footer also, but practice the header. Now this is the open head. This is the close head. Just before the close head, paste the code. Check properly. Just before the head section, I pasted update file. Now code is inserted. This code only track everything. Now come back here. Everything is done. Right. Now close it. Now, single web stream will meet your information metrics using multiple web streams to measure different search. Okay, let me check whether it is working or not. Now see here, this is the new one. My website ODMT GA4 is coming actually. Let me check both of the versions, which is working. This is one. Another one is, see, my website is account. Under one account, two properties have been measured. This is GA4 and this is the normal one. Let me click on this. Here it will go to the old version. This is the older version. This is, see, it's showing already that one person is there on the website. Means the code is working. Let me check in two different windows. Meanwhile, please open odmt.in so that I'll show you how many people coming. So please open ODMT and click on different pages. I'm going to show you the difference between UA and GA4. Here, this, let us go for GA4. Right. So whereas you see GA4, as of now, 6 people are there on the website. So here, right hand side, whatever you see, this is last 1 minute data. How many people right now it will show you. And this is the last 30 minutes data. Now here it will show you the live data. How many people are there on your website? How many from desktop? How many from mobile? Then here on what pages they are, and left hand side how they came, and which place they are. This is the dashboard it shows. Whereas, see, if new people coming, it will show like this. Whereas this GA4 will be like this. Here, this is not the live one. This is the live one every second. It will show you in the last 30 minutes how many people were there. And graphically, this is much better actually than this. See, it's showing from where people are there. But when you scroll down, they're giving more info like how many page views, how many first visits, session, how many people scrolled, how many users engaged, and what pages they are. Something. So you again, if you freshly start analytics, you require at least 1 month data to check proper what's happening, because we don't have a data. Without data, you can't analyze anything anyway. So this is the fresh data. So this is how you have to set up actually. That's it. Again, I'm telling you, go to Google Analytics. There will be an account and property. You can create 100 accounts and 50 properties on the account. Total 5,000 websites you can track with one Gmail account. And there are two things, UA and GA4. You can try both of them. See the old one. Old one, we are habituated. If you are the new website owner, you never tried Google Analytics, then just go with the Google Analytics 4. You already have that. You want to see both of them, just like I explained, you can go for that. Right. So it's working now. Now let me go to my older account, which have data. I'm going to show you. So how to go there? So either you can click on the drop down and you can go, or else here down, gear button will be there. Here also you can see it. Now these are the accounts, this is the properties. I'll tell you about the properties. Oh, so this is also increased, guys. 98 more properties can be created. Means one account, 100. One account, you can create 100 accounts, one Gmail account. Here properties also they increase to 100. Means now you can track 10,000 websites with one Gmail account. Right. So when you click on the gear button, you will see what all the accounts you have, what are the properties. See all my accounts, when you click on the drop down, what websites I'm tracking. See the clients, Beauty Crew, Conference Light, e-commerce, Good Life Mobility, my clients account, my subdomains, my websites, ODMT blogs, Order Beauty Supply, Scientific Serve, Tech Courses. These are the different accounts I'm tracking. Then under this, different websites. Each account have a different website. Like if I show you, my clients. Then if I drop down, so you will see the clients under this. What are the properties I'm tracking? Wedding Shot, Vaishnavi Degree, Karnool Cabs, TU Mahbubnagar, Babu Curtains, like this. So different accounts are created. Okay, now let me go to OBS client, which have a data. I'm going to show you here. This is, I'm using a universal analytics. Now go to real time. I'm going to show you all the options because we have a data. So as of now, 2 people are there on the website. So this is the second data. This is the last 30 minutes data. So if you see the last 30 minutes data, you easily find that, okay, good number of people are there. So here at a time, 7 people came. Here 5 people came like this. Now one more person came right now. 3 people are there, 67% from mobile, 33% from tablet. And what pages they are? Checkout, BioCarrot, Caro White. Now from which place they are? Kingston. Now you can see in the location section also from which countries they are. United States 2 people, Jamaica 1 person. How they came to my website? Traffic sources. 1 person direct, 1 person from Google, but Google CPC with my Google ads they came. Now you want to see in the last 30 minutes how many people came. Just above that you have an option page views in the last 30 minutes. You click, it will show you that in the last 30 minutes 52 people came to your website. It's not easy. Means every minute someone is coming, means the website marketing is working very well. Now directly 30 people came. People directly visiting your website means you've done a good branding and direct business available. Now organic 12 people, CPC ads 12 people. So it shows that your SEO is going well. In the last 30 minutes, 12 people came from organic and ads 12. What content in the last 30 minutes? What content they been? Checkout page 6 people, cart, and this is the different products. From which locations they came in the last 30 minutes? US 46, this is our targeted country. Jamaica, Kenya, Republic, so the places. See, traffic can come from different countries, but as of now, when it comes to this website, we are shipping only to US territory. Maybe if we ship to every other country, then this is also matter. As of now, more than 200 countries are visiting this website because SEO is working good actually. So this is the real time live data. You can check how many people live, location, traffic sources, what content. Yeah. Then here you can remember both of A, B, C. Audience acquisition, behavior, and conversion. Audience is more about who are coming, male or female, what is their age, what is the browser they are using. So these kind of people information it will give you. Acquisition is about from where they're coming. You're doing SEO, you're doing Google ads, you're doing social media, from where they're coming. Behavior means once they come, what they're doing, simply doing time pass or is they purchasing something. Finally, calculating the conversions. There are so many options you can explore, but these are the important things I'm explaining. Now let me go to audience. So by default here, last 1 week data will be tracked. May 5th to May 11th. If you want, you can click on drop down. Today, yesterday, last week, last month, last 7 days, last 30 days, or else you can manually select like this from this place to this place also you can select. By default it's a view like this. Okay, yeah. So last 1 week you can see May 11th 781 users came. May 10th 793, 658. So these are the users searching. you want, you can check week wise, month wise also you can check. Hourly wise, in a day, particular day, which hour is working good also you can see. May 7th, afternoon to 66 people. Now if you see week wise, it's a week wise report. May 9th to May 11th, May 5th to May 8th. Now this is the month wise. If you select week wise, make sure that at least you check last 30 days. Now this week 2000, previous week 5000, because this week is still going. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 on average. Now month wise, every month wise you want to see it, then make sure that this you have to check for several months. Then you will understand. Now see, July 1st to May 11th, I'm checking. Yeah. So this shows that July 1st, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000 users, 8,000, 13,000, 15, 20,000, 15, 18, 20,000. So as of now, we are in a 20,000 market because still this month is going, it is showing less. So it clearly shows that the traffic is increasing. Right. Then total users, how many people, how many new users, how many sessions happened, how many page views, and what is the average session duration, what is the bounce rate, and how many returning visitors, how many new visitors also showing. So let me explain one by one. Users means individual users. How does Google know about you as a user and whether you as a new user or returning user? When you logged in with one gadget, any device, a unique ID will be given to you by Google Analytics, maybe because of your IP address. Because of that only, it will identify as a new user or existing user. Session is nothing but, see, there are 1,31,000 people, but 1,73 session. See, one user came to your website and he spent 5 minutes, it's one session, 10 minutes, one session, 30 minutes also one session, 31st minute is a second session. So if you're spending more time means there are more sessions generated. Now bounce rate is nothing but single page users. Now customer searched for this bio-carrot lotion and he landed on this page and he read everything. He liked it, but maybe he want to buy later. He left. Or else if you see this product is out of stock and you don't want to explore anything, directly he landed over here. This is out of stock. He closed and been there. Whether he spent 20 minutes or 30 minutes, this still consider as a bounce rate because he haven't visited any other page. So simply single page visitors is called bounce rate. It means out of 100, 53 people have quit on the first page. This is much better actually. If you see many other companies, even many of my websites also, 70 to 80, sometimes 90% bounce rate also there. Is bounce rate good or bad? See, bounce rate, the reason either customer is not happy with the landing page or customer is completely happy. He don't want any information. Every information he got it anyway. But anything more than 70% is bad. 53% is good only. Right. So as of now, if you see, the new visitors are 86% and returning customers are 13%. People are coming back means maybe your remarketing is working, or else people consider you as a brand and they get directly typing OBS and coming back to your website. So you have to focus more on this. You need to attract new customers as well as you have to retain the existing customers. As of now, we are in a growing stage. That's why new customers are more. Maybe down the line, 2 to 3 years, our returning customers should be 30 to 40%. Then we have established the brand. Amazon, eBay, Walmart, these kind of companies, the returning customers are more because due to their branding, they don't have a lot of marketing. That's why direct visitors are more. Returning customers are more. Then you will see which languages they're visiting your website, from which countries they're visiting your website. So these are all the countries visiting my website. Even you see the
Uh,
numbers also.
I have a question over here.
Yes,
See, when user lands in a page, okay, in some website we see after viewing for some time, it will redirect to another page. So in that case, it will not consider as a bounce rate, right?
they will redirect to another website or another page.
Within the website.
Within the website, uh, I rarely see that actually. Automatically redirection will not be there. If it is there, of course, it's not a bounce rate anyway because customer literally been to another page. It will not consider.
Okay.
Right. Now, if you see this country, there are it's showing only 10. But if you click on full reports, now see 202 countries have visited our website. People from different countries. Now these are all the countries. This information is useful actually. Now you want to spread throughout the world. You want to export. Then definitely this information is important. Now we'll check with the client like shall we do it to UK and all these things we'll do. But as of now, we are shipping only to US. In the future, based on this information, we may ship to different countries. This is happens only because of your SEO is good. If your SEO is good, you can achieve this. Now you see this color. So this color means they all visited our website. But most of our traffic is from US and Canada. Now if you click on again on particular country, you click on country, states information you will be getting. From which states? Now these are the different states. You can see this dark means New York getting more traffic, Texas, California, Florida. Now here also all 52 states we're getting traffic. This is also important. Again, I'm running Google ads. I'm spending money to the complete US. If I think that particular state I'm getting less sales and I'm spending more money, what I'll do, I will exclude that state. So this Google Analytics information is good for your Google Ads campaigns also, or social media campaigns. Now you can clearly see that New York have more traffic and at the same time more revenue also for me. New York, Florida, Texas. So you should see like this. If you think that particular, there is a thing like Rhode Island, fine at $2, I got it anyway. The sessions. Then I'll go back to Google Ads and I will see how many clicks happened in this state, how much budget I've done, and how much sales I've done. Is it good for me or not? If you think that it's not good, I will block this particular state. So in such a way, you have to analyze. That's why Google Analytics is very important. Every day you have to check on this. Every day, my day will not end without seeing the analytics.
Is there
Again,
any way? Sorry.
yeah, tell me.
Is there any way that a particular state we track a data that they are coming from organic or from the paid this thing
Yes, yes,
paid
yes.
campaign?
That is there. That is there. I'll show you. In this, we are in the audience, right? Next is acquisition. There you can find it. Everything is there. Now again, if you click on the state, you will see the cities from different cities, how they're coming. So these are all the different cities again. So total 333 cities they're coming, and what is the revenue? These are the cities. So this is about the audience. Country, city, from which browser they come into your website, which operating system they come into your website, Android, iOS. You clearly see this out of traffic 63,000 from Android, 56,000 from iOS, 7,000 from Windows. It means most of the mobile users are there. 48 plus 42. Around 95% people are coming from the smartphone. That's why your mobile experience of the website should be good actually. Remember these things. And what is the service provider also you'll be finding. So this is about the audience more. And you will see there is an option called demographics. You will see the people age and gender also. So most of the people are coming from 25 to 34. Among them, 62% are female and 37% from the male. This is audience. Real time is a live report. Audience more about audience, age, gender, country, city. Acquisition. Acquisition means you're doing SEO, you're doing Google Ads, you're doing social media, which is working for you. From where more traffic is coming. Again, we're tracking July 1st to May 11th. If you see, 60% paid search, because we are growing, we're spending more on Google Ads. Our strategy is the next year we depend more on SEO and 31% organic. Now let me change it actually. Let me see. This is the overall around 8 months report. Let's see the last 30 days. What's the thing? Is Google at 60% or something? See, Google, if you see in the last 30 days, our SEO is working very good. 54% of my traffic is like this. In the future, most of the time, so this is succeeded. 8 months back, Google Ads was dominating the traffic. Now our SEO is working, means our SEO campaigns are working properly. Traffic is increasing. 54% from SEO, 33% from Google Ads, 9% direct, remaining all these things. We're not that much on social media, so I haven't created any campaigns in this. Future, I want to go for social media also, so that overall traffic will increase for this. Because this is a new, it's newly started. That's why I didn't be into social media, but I'll go to social media also. Now, they divided like organic search, how many users, paid search. Now, when you're doing it in the Google Analytics, you can link. I'm going to UA. So again, I'm going to admin section. Here, if you see here, you can link your Google Ads, you can link your AdSense. At the same time, you can link your Webmaster Tools also. Then what happens? Both the information you can share here so that better results will come. So you just simply click on Google Ads linking, and whatever is your Google Ads, click on this so that information will be exchanged. Now I did like this. That's why if I click on paid search, what all my paid campaigns information, I can check here. My Google Ads and my Google Analytics have been linked actually. Here I can able to see here. Last 30 days. I will see total users, how many new users, and what is the e-commerce conversion rate, and what is the revenue we got it. So acquisition is about which is working for you, which is not. Again, if you click on organic search also, you will see the keywords. For what keywords we're getting traffic also, because Webmaster Tools data is getting over here. This is about the acquisition. So audience acquisition is done. So who are the people and from where they're coming. Next is behavior. Behavior means once they come into your website, what they're doing actually. And let's see the behavior flow. It's like a flow chart here. Mostly people land on your product page. 17,000 people land on the product page. Then how many been to cart? 1.6k people been to cart. So remaining people dropped over here, or some people been to different pages. Once they been to cart, how many been to checkout? 555 people. Once they been to checkout, how many take the order? So 154 check out the order receipt, means these are converted. Remaining people not converted. Now these people were doing an email marketing, we're doing remarketing, so that we're tracking them so that they become checkout. For any website, e-commerce conversion rate is not great. So as of now, if you see to e-commerce conversion rates with the Google Ads was 2%. If we increase by 1% also, it's very good sales actually. This conversion rate you will improve only because of the remarketings. Finally, conversions. How to set up conversion? Now let me set up a conversion for this website, ODMT website. E-commerce website, you will do conversion in a different way. Normal website in a different way. Let me check again. Yes. So for ODMT website, customer come here and fill the form. It's a conversion for me. Let me do the sample testing. Send. Now it will become odmt.in/thank you page. If customer comes to thank you page means it's a conversion. There is no chance that customer will directly go to thank you page. If they fill the form, then only they go here. So here, if you see here, where customer is also showing. When I open my website, if I see this data, I feel like, okay, customers are in a thank you page. Even see for this e-commerce website also, always look here where the customer is. Customer is in the product page only from different places. Here it is showing not provided, means it's a keyword, means customer came from Google actually. Okay, now to set up a conversion tracking, left hand side, click on this gear button. 3 sections. Here I'm showing you about universal analytics. I'm not showing about GA4. Right. So third column, you have option of goals. Click on goals. Click on new goal. What is your website model? It's a revenue model, acquisition, inquiry, engagement. Ours is about inquiry. So submission, then click on continue. Now contact form filled. How many people fill the form? You can find it. Whether you want to track destination, duration, some blocks mentioned like this customer spent 5 minutes, it's my conversion. This many sessions done, okay. Our customer played a video also, some people call it as a conversion. But mine is customer been to a particular page, it's a destination, it's a conversion. Continue. You have to mention what is the page. I can copy this. The problem is every time customer is filling, these numbers will change. So I can't take this. Then what I can do is I copy this here instead of equals to, you can select like begins with. It begins with odmt.in/thank you, but after that it can be anything. Still it's a conversion. Or else you can select like a regular expression, then mention that thank you, or how it is, thank you. Means in my URL, if thank you is there, it's enough. This word is there, it's enough. You can try anything. Let me go to begins with. Value is optional anyway. For transactional this kind of website, service oriented website, you can't know the proper value. If it is e-commerce, you will find it. If you want, you can use it. Funnel also not required. Then click on save. Now it is set up. If someone comes to my website and fill the form, next time, if you come to conversions, goals, overview, you will see that how many conversions done here. Because just now we created, it's not showing the number. You will check here actually. But for e-commerce, see here guys, I'm checking the live thing. Here it's in that order is, this is another one I'm telling you. It's not about the ODMT. Check out order received from PayPal. Means one order done now. Okay. Here, how to check the conversions? Setup is different. A lengthy process is there for e-commerce website. I already made a video on my YouTube channel. Please watch it actually. Come to conversions. E-commerce. Here you have to check the conversions. First you have to set up, then only you will see here. If you see again, let's see the last 30 days conversions. So these are the conversions. So on April 12th, we got $1,200, $682, 837, 656, 1145, 206, 2608. In such a way, different conversions happen. Anyway, the last 30 days, we got $28,000. And what product have been sold, you will see it. Now here also, how our sales are coming? Is it with the Google Ads or social media also? We can check it. So here there are an option called segments. Segments. So previously you asked, if I go to particular city, how would I know that that city got traffic from SEO thing? So here you click on segment, you can select options like direct traffic, paid traffic, organic traffic, and apply. So custom segmentation, these are. Previously it was showing the overall traffic. Now it will show you one by one. In the last 30 days, total revenue was $28,000. Among them, direct traffic is $2,000. This is good actually. Without efforts now, because of the previous efforts, people thought it as a brand and coming back. Paid traffic $16,000 and organic traffic is $5,000. This is bonus for us because of our SEO is working around $6,000 we're making. So we have to improve this. Whereas this paid traffic, we already spending budget on the Google Ads. Because of that, this is coming anyway. But this and this are bonus. This 6,000 plus 2,000, $8,000 are bonus for us. Now we're trying to improve this traffic actually. Now again, different partitions were given like how the individual products are working actually. For this product, paid traffic, how much we're getting, organic traffic also, how much we're getting, finding it. So this is about the conversion. And one more thing, let me remove these things. If you want to remove, click on this remove. We learn behavior here. Even here, shopping behavior also you will see here. Instead of 1 month, let me check yesterday's report actually. Yesterday we made around $900. Yeah, yesterday traffic came in such a way that total 811 sessions happened. Okay, among them 475 no shopping activity. You don't think bad about this because we're getting a traffic from different countries. So most of the people came to know that in website we clearly mentioned that we don't ship outside US. Maybe they drop. Next, among them 390 people clicked on the product and they viewed the product. Then again 237 people they haven't added to the cart itself. Then 83 people add to the cart. But among them 48 people abandon the cart. Here what we do, whatever the abandoned cart done, I show you the email marketing automation, right? Abandoned cart email automation. So automatically these all 48 people get an email that you missed something. You click on come back. Again people come back and some people will convert. Among them 46 people check out. They mean to check out, but 32 people check out abandoned. Here some people might feel price is high. Some people have a payment issues, payment gateway issues, or they have a card issues. Then finally 19 sessions with transaction. These people have converted actually. We don't have a problem with this, but here these two we have to find out. These two we can't do anything because there might be a number of reasons, but they add to the cart, didn't mean to check out, they mean to check out, but they abandon. These people will take it as serious. We keep on doing remarketing. Okay, so there are different options, but you have to care about real time ABC. Real time is a live report. How many people are there live on your website? You'll be checking and check what product they are. Now, if you see here, This number means this guy coming from Google Ads. This not protected means he's coming from the SEO. Now, sometimes you will see a referral also here. Referral means some other website pointed to us is a referral. If it is from social media, it will show here. It's the real time. Audience acquisition, behavior, conversion. Audience means from which country, which city, which browser. Acquisition means whether he's coming from SEO, Google Ads, or social media. Behavior means how he's navigating your website. Conversions means he'll be tracking the conversions. Okay. So my suggestion for you is you track both of them, Universal Analytics and GA4. Wait for 30 days and observe them. Based on that, you can take the decisions. That's it, guys. Thank you very much.